Yo, what's up guys, Schizomanic here, and today we're going to talk about Black Clover because the first episode of the anime just launched, and I believe episode 2 will be coming out probably by the time you see this video, and a lot of people have been wondering, what's the deal with Black Clover? Intro start. So a lot of people have been asking what's the whole deal with Black Clover. And some of you might be asking, why? What's the problem with Black Clover? Well, if you talk to anyone who's read Black Clover, they'll tell you Black Clover isn't anything special on a base level. Like, it's very, I would say generic is almost the term you can ultimately use to describe the entire series so far. And the manga's been going for a while. But that, to me, that's what Black Clover is. It's not necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily amazing. It hasn't really stepped up into like higher heights, I guess. It's kind of just stayed its little course. And so people are going, well, why the fuck did this get an adaptation first and not something like Promised Neverland? And why is it even getting all this buzz in the first place? What makes Black Clover so special? Why do people like Black Clover? And it's not an overly complicated answer, just like Black Clover isn't. So we're going to get into that today. Now, before I give you the answer, I need to kind of set this up for you. So first things first, we're going to casually take a look at Shonen Jump's current manga offerings. And I mean casually in the sense that I don't know every fucking title that comes out. But I did research before I did this video, so I know a general idea of what we're looking at. The only other shows that hit like similar notes or could be related to Black Clover in terms of the type of show it is, it's like Boku no Hero and fucking One Piece. Those are like the only two shows that come close. You have We Can Never Learn, which is like a Nisekoi styled harem. You have, which is on top of another harem, which is the ghost based one that I think I don't think any of the Americans ever got. I think that one still isn't licensed here in the States, and I know that one does okay. Promised Neverland, which is another non-traditional harem. You got Haikyuu, Robot X Laserbeam, and then another sumo-based manga currently running. Those are all sports titles. You have stuff like Hungry Maria, which I know is about to get canceled, and Cross Account, which is another romance slice of life show. Dr. Stone, which is kind of like Gintama in the sense that it's one genre most of the time, but it has elements of the other genre in it. In Dr. Stone's case, I would say somewhere between like educational slice of life mixed in with a little bit of shonen type violence and ridiculousness. And then you have something like Food Wars. So those are our current offerings in Shonen Jump. There's not a lot of traditional adventure manga in there. It's primarily Black Clover, Boku no Hero, and One Piece. Everything else is kind of just different genres or doing completely different fucking things. Another point you have to bring up is that Black Clover, in terms of the premise, in the way it's been handled so far in the manga, reminds a lot of people of Naruto and Fairy Tail. I think those are the two comparisons I've heard the most for Black Clover. Fairy Tail primarily because of its theming having to do with magic, and Naruto because it has that same kind of kid who ain't shit growing up to be a badass kind of feel to it. And I think that's part of the whole equation too. But the key thing that people need to understand is that those are indeed elements. Part of the reason why Black Clover is doing as well as it is because there's not that many other traditional shonen that fit that role around currently. Most of the other manga, as I've said before, are doing completely different things. And the only other two shows that are touching it are shows that both have anime adaptations, both have big ass fan bases, and one looks like it's becoming better than what it needs. Like, the way I would describe Boku no Hero Academia is Boku no Hero Academia is to One Piece that Naruto is to Black Clover. In the sense that, like, they seem to both be carrying the spirits of their contemporaries. Where I would say, back when you had the original big three with Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, you could kind of tell One Piece was better than the other two. That's kind of how Boku no Hero feels to me. Boku no Hero doesn't feel like an average shonen. It feels like it's striving to be something more than that. Whereas I would say Black Clover is pretty much being a traditional, stereotypical shonen. Kind of like what Naruto did. So one of the things that help out Black Clover is the fact that it reminds you of two different series that just ended within the last few years. Naruto being a few years ago and Fairy Tail being, what, this year? Christ. The other thing is obviously the lack of variety. But the thing to me that's the most important is that it's not making the same mistakes as its contemporaries. The one thing, if you hear nothing else about Black Clover, is that Black Clover might be stereotypical, but Black Clover does not do the same type of fuck-ups and hang-ups that Naruto got plagued with in its second half. For example, and this isn't really a spoiler, the whole obvious Naruto-Sasuke parallel they're trying to do with Asta and Yuno. They've already made that situation better by making Yuno not a fucking jealous dick. Now granted, by the time this comes out, I'm hoping the second episode will be out. The second episode should explain that Yuno, for the most part, respects Asta. To the point where he doesn't look at Asta as like some no-name loser. He looks at him as a rival. That is huge, considering Sasuke was one of the most controversial parts of Naruto. That, like, no matter, even if whether you liked Sasuke or you hated him, Sasuke was so integral to the plot of Naruto during Shippuden to the point where it was like, most people were running around saying it's the Sasuke show featuring Naruto. It rhymed. It's good. It was a good one. Black Clover's two biggest strengths over its contemporaries is A, it doesn't get caught up on the same bullshit that those shows did, and B, it's fast-paced. I would almost argue that Black Clover is more fast-paced than fucking Boku no Hero. And Boku no Hero, no bullshit, is pretty fast-paced in its own right. And I would argue Black Clover is faster. Not by like a lot. But like, I'll put it this way, I think the longest they've ever gone without going into a new arc and dealing with a new fight is like maybe 2 chapters. Maybe. I think most of the manga is like 1 chapter, and then you're going right into some shit. Black Clover is super fast-paced, and it doesn't get caught up on that bullshit. Another thing that I'll give Black Clover for that isn't a spoiler is that Black Clover focuses on its side characters. Oh my god. People don't realize that was like one of the worst things about Bleach and Naruto is that they would never do that. Bleach was kind of better with it, but not really. But like in this is something Bleach, Naruto, and even One Piece has been suffering recently too. And Dragon Ball Z. This fucking stupid ass idea that we need to make our main characters demigods so all the side characters are fucking irrelevant. That's the one thing that I would say Boku no Hero and Black Clover have accomplished. Black Clover has a lot going for it purely because it's partially because it's in the right set of circumstances. It's in a position in which it can capitalize on the fact that it's like one of the only traditional kind of classic shonen feeling shows. And the fact that it's not making the same stupid ass mistakes and actually gives a fuck about all of its characters. You know how it's crazy to me that it took until like these types of shows again for people to realize, you know what, maybe we should have paid attention to Rock Lee and Neji and Tintin. Shikamaru kind of got attention, or Choji, or Ino, or fucking Chad, Orihime, Uryu. You know, maybe we should pay attention to some of the side characters. They're kind of important. Now, whether or not that's one of the major things about it, I'd be curious to hear people's opinions on why people like Black Clover. But I know that's one of the reasons why I like it, is that it focuses on all the other characters, are part of the Black Bulls, which you'll learn about soon enough if you're an anime-only watcher. I appreciate that it doesn't hang on bullshit. It just cuts through all that, and it's fast. And it reminds me of one of my favorite shonens. I mean, I may not like Naruto nowhere near as much as I did when I started, but Part 1 Naruto will always have a special place in my heart, and that'll never get taken away. So people who ask, Why does Black Clover seem to be doing so well and gaining up in the ranks so fucking quickly? It's because it's kind of the only... to me, it's like that glimmer of light of that classic shonen that doesn't hang on the bullshit. Does it mean it's perfect? Fuck no. Does it approach super mature ideas and try to be outside of the box? As of now, fuck no. It's been pretty fucking safe. But hey, I like Zatch Bell too, and Zatch Bell wasn't that fucking different either. Mare, same fucking thing. The classic shonens don't always need to break outside of the box, and I feel like if nothing else, that's what Black Clover reminds me of. The days in which a shonen could have stakes and be serious, but also be fun and goofy and enjoyable, and I not have to worry about some demigod destroying the earth or some stupid ass. Oh, we gotta fucking ask a god to deal with this upcoming threat, and the rest of the characters are fucking irrelevant. Does the series get cheesy? Yeah, but that's kind of part of the joy of classic shonen, in my opinion. So that's just my little thought process and theory on why Black Clover is doing as well as it does. But that's what I think. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Patreon, Twitter, all in the description, so go watch it. And I appreciate you for doing so. This has been Schizomac. Life's a game. Play to win. And I will catch you guys later. Peace. Tried to do the Jiraiya pose. It probably didn't work out as well. But fuck it, we did it anyway. Because that's how we roll. Whoa, 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 whoa.